Hi. Hi, pretty people. Welcome back to Low Stuff. Hi, pretty people. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are struggling because we are back to book. Well, okay, I'm saying we're back to books because the other video I recorded had absolutely no books. In fact, I haven't even started editing it. It's a massive video. I think it's gonna be like over an hour because it took me like an hour and a half to record that. I made jokes about hopping the border, about other things, so I think it's gonna be great. Yeah, today I am back to books. Hopefully this is gonna be a much shorter video than the other one, but this intro is already taking ages because my dog keeps eating a post-it note because one of the books is missing since I sold it and it hasn't arrived to the person who bought it yet. Yeah. So I don't have the physical copy of that book yet. But yeah, this intro is awful, oh my gosh. Here's the creator. No, not Taylor Swift. And not the one from Jeanette McCurdy's memoir? I think that's what it's called. Basically, I saw a video on TikTok like 2 seconds ago. And I started recording this video. No, I got down my book. Top 12 in my case because I wanted to even it out nicely. Top 12 female main characters. So basically, yeah, the reason I did top 12 is so I can have so I have 3 piles of 4 books, where one is a person though, obviously, as I mentioned. Female main characters that I find icky. The reason I find them icky. The reason I decided to make this into a YouTube video is because I wanted to, firstly. Second of all, because I waffle a lot. So, yeah. Then we have the main characters who are kind of in between the ones that I love and the ones that are like very nice. I really enjoyed them. And then the main characters that I would sell my soul for. Okay? Okay. When I saw this clip on TikTok, I immediately had 2 books in mind that I knew would go on the very bottom. And they fought for the bottom place. But one of them was actually okay. She gave nothing, but she was there. And therefore she is second to bottom. The first one, you know what? The first one is the perfect example of a pick-me, of an annoying person. I'm gonna try swear less in this video. And honestly, I stopped reading the book for her because she was so annoying. I was reading it for the male main character, and I think just by that we'll know what book it is. Fourth Wing, or more specifically, the Empyrean series. Miss, the one and only, where is she? That is not the book. That's not the page. Violet Sorrengail. Oh, by the way, I got these inserts from Fairy Loot last month. They're so pretty. Oh shit, oh yeah, I have already failed my task though. One of them completely does not fit, but we're gonna move swiftly past that. Violet. I hate her. She is the most annoying character I've ever... And I've read fanfiction. Actually, yeah, and I've read fanfiction. YN is less annoying than Violet. Because what do you mean, dude? She is so contradictory. She is so annoying. She is literally, oh my gosh, this is like so reflective. She is so annoying. Xaden deserves better. I will be so okay if she ends up with Dane. I don't want to spoil the book but if you read Iron Flame, you will agree with me that Violet is the most annoying character that has ever existed. I've not seen a person yet say that she isn't annoying. Because she's so contradictory. Like, what do you mean you got so offended by one thing, but like you do that? You end up doing it anyway? So you understand. Oh no, you don't. I'm gonna keep rambling on. Bottom, Violet. I don't care what anyone says. She is the bottom of the bottoms. Up. Probably the biggest pick-me. Actually, maybe the second biggest pick-me. Winnie Darling. I purposely picked this book, not the first one, just because she is actually depicted on it. Their Vicious Darling. The reason I picked it, her name is not Vicky, it's Winnie. Firstly, her name is Winnie, which gives me the ick anyway. Sorry, Nikki. I was gonna say Ricky for context, and that's what I was like, wait, hold up. I'm sorry, Nikki, but Winnie is probably so annoying, especially in the first two books. Her biggest personality trait is the fact that she sleeps around. And she was referred to as Winnie Whore, I think. And that's her biggest personality trait, the fact that she sleeps around. Girl, get a personality. It's literally like, bear in mind, this is how short these books are, okay? They are like, this is like the longest, I'm pretty sure, out of all of them as well. And it's like 280, I think, pages, 230. Why do I have these bookmarked like that? I actually have not picked this book up in ages. Oh, yeah, it's even less. It's 233 pages. Next up, and the reason this book is so low is because of the way this character treated the male main character. Okay? The male main character has my heart. He is such a sweetheart. Literally, I would commit crimes for this man. But the way she treated him, I was like, Raylan, what's her name? Lawson, I forgot her last name. Literally, if it wasn't the book itself, I love the storyline. The way Raylan treats Leon, no, the ick. It's giving me the biggest ick. It is, I hate the way she treats him, like, so much. Because, literally, he is such a sweetheart. The worst thing she does to him is after he brings her tea and cookies. And then she traps him. No. That in itself should have given her last place if it wasn't for the fact that those two had absolutely no personality. Raylan, the book that I don't have anymore, doesn't basically, what's her name? I forgot her name. Oh no, and I can't check it. Sawyer Bennett. Once again, a case of like very little personality, apart from the fact that she is trying to escape from her past life. I understand that she's a survivor. I get it. I'm not holding that against her. But the way she is depicted in this book is very much so. It's just annoying to me. It's just I don't know. like, she wasn't giving much, and it was basically just her trying to, well, firstly, actually, if I did this with male main characters, I think the problem with male main characters, they're basically the same for me. In a way, they're written like the exact same, and so that would be like really difficult. And also, most of these books don't have male main characters, they have the female main character that is the narrator throughout this entire story. They're just love interests. Anyway, I forgot what book it was. Oh yeah, the male main character would have gone at the very bottom of the list. I don't like him. But Sawyer Vitale, I felt nothing towards her. She was very vanilla as a character. I understand she's a survivor, but she was very vanilla. She had very like, she was basically kind of, she would create problems for herself. They'd be like, oh no, this problem. You created it. And I'm talking about other things, by the way. But like, she would often create problems for herself, and they'd be like, oh no, why did this happen? How has this always happened to me? Yeah, apart from that, she was really doing like nothing. Yeah. So, this character, okay, she would have gone way lower, I feel like. Probably under Does It Hurt? But I'm currently reading part 2 of the series, so she kind of like went up. Feyre. I can't remember her last name. Feyre. She, like I said, in Court of Thorns and Roses, I mean, she's cute. She doesn't have much going for her apart from at the very end when actually stuff does happen. I can't remember her name, but I completely agree with this one character that was annoyed at her, being like, oh, really? Now you want to say this? Now you want to do this? Okay, now, yeah. Well, it's too late. Go away. You screwed everything up anyway. I mean, I get that, you know, what happened, but like, but yeah, with A Court of Mist and Fury, she actually starts becoming more interesting. There is more to her, and everything. And, yeah, so I feel like, so for a lot of these books, I tried not to include, like, series. This is the only one that is incomplete by me. Actually, I say that as if, like, well, 1, 2, actually, yeah, all three of the first ones are series. 1 is a standalone. This is a series I haven't finished reading, the series I know. So maybe Feyre becomes more annoying. But as of A Court of Mist and Fury, she had a redemption arc. And I guess she has a personality. She's interesting. Gotta give her that. Feyre is very interesting as a character. Now, I need to clean this book in general, but this book, I can't remember much from it, apart from the fact that it was the first book that made me absolutely sob. So I really, like, struggle with putting this book, like, somewhere, because I do not remember really, like, the female main character. Death's Obsession by Avina St. Graves. In general, me and Avina, we vibe with each other. Just in general, therefore I may be biased with a lot of the books. Which reminds me, I probably should have put a fiery little thing here, and oh god. Yeah, I should have put fiery little things on my hair. Because I love the main character. But okay. Death's Obsession. The main character, honestly, I can't remember her. I put her in the exact middle just because I don't remember the main character. I remember she was very unhappy with her life. She ended up doing stuff that I'm kind of not for, but in her case I will, you know, I defend the women's rights, sometimes I defend women's wrongs. And in this case I am defending the women's wrong. But yeah, this book made me sob violently. Okay, next up, once again, I was very torn between these two books. I'm not 100% sure of the, I think I stand by this. Okay, There Are No Saints. More specifically, Mara Eldritch, or something like that. I related to her a lot because she's neurodivergent, and a lot of her traits I live by on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, I just found the character like extremely relatable. Like her going into just having a sensory overload, I was like, oh my god, I get that so often. Well, not often, but like I get that like a lot. Let's be honest, I do get that quite a lot. I'm basically halfway there with the way I've been picking my thumb, but I'm still really torn between the books with like how high I rate them, because of the fact that like there have been so many weird like printing issues with them where I'm like, hello, how does someone not catch this? But anyway, yeah, the male main character's name, truly and honestly, especially like his initials, they make me very biased. But yeah, no, in Mara's case, I think she became a very interesting character, like especially in the second book. The first book really was like kind of like a normal person, but then the second book, ate with Mara. And you will understand exactly why with those two books, I was torn. Adeline Riley. Adeline in the first book, she's very like, I mean, I'll be so honest. If you look at it from like a normal person's perspective, like the things she's going through makes so much sense that she is reacting the way she does. Because I'm like, why wouldn't you why would you not want Zaid? Zaid, you've seen him? I haven't. I only have him in here. I can only imagine. So you've seen him, and yet you don't know if you want him? I'll take him. But like, if you look at it from like a normal person's perspective, it makes so much sense. The way why she is like has a distance towards him. So like, look at it from like a regular person's perspective. Yeah, Adeline Riley, I really liked her. Like, I really enjoyed her character. She was very interesting because she wasn't like a very like, oh, I'm so delicate, I'm so gentle, oh, I could never do this. She genuinely had this something in her where it was like she would absolutely slay her enemies. Like literally she would slay her enemies. And yeah, I just found that very interesting, and I really enjoyed that in her character. How on earth is... Oh, I think it's because Hunting Adeline is like... Because you can't see it here, but there's a very slight like spine crack in this book, which in Hunting Adeline is absolutely insane. The cracked spine is horrible in Hunting Adeline, but yeah, I think it's because of the size of that book. I think because it's like almost 200 pages bigger than this one. I think that's the reason. But yeah, Adeline Riley, I like her a lot. But yeah, unfortunately with a lot of these books I'm biased because this is my this one, Hunting Adeline, these books, I'm like torn between those two books, like which one's my favorite like of all time. This one I can read like very nice and quickly. Hunting Adeline's a little more darker. Onto the pile of books that where I would probably commit crimes for the characters. The number one is truly and honestly, I adore her. Like, I adore this character so much. So, Sloane. She is... I love her because she is a bad bitch. She is like... She does not need anyone. She has herself. And herself is always enough. And that's why I love her. Because she is like the perfect... Like, because usually in those books... In books, it's like... Oh... The male main character always saves them. She literally saves the male main character in this book. So I love Sloane. Sloane is like such a slay. She will get herself into trouble just because she can't get out of it. And that's why I love her. And that's why she's like so high up, because I really like her so much for this. She is absolutely insane and I love her. Stop. And truly and honestly, once again, follow up as well. This main character does not need anyone saving her. She can do it herself. Liten panna. was wedding cut. You tampan na. Okay. Juniper. I can't remember her last name. Why do I have read most of these books like ages ago, and so I just completely like forget the last names of the characters. Nope, that's not her last name. I can't remember. Juniper something. Once again, she saves herself. Like, she obviously has the help of a demon, but like, the way she goes about this entire book, and the way she slays throughout this entire book is iconic. Like, truly and honestly, I probably got into Soul of a Witch, but I gotta say one thing. No one. Raylan obviously was at the lowest, like very low on the list, and then we're back to the Souls trilogy, like way up here. Even Everly Hadley, yeah, does not go even close to Miss Juniper. Juniper is iconic. She is the moment. She is the icon. Why is it like... Oh. I was like, what is it opening on this particular... And then I read a sentence. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to read this out loud. But yeah, Juniper's the moment. The way she goes about her revenge is everything. I want to say I did switch up some books because one of them I kind of had... I realized I put the character very high up, but then I realized, actually I don't know where I rate this character, like, as a character. So, I have switched out the book to Fiery Little Thing. Because Blaze is me. The way Blaze's character is shown in this book, I'm like, that is... Hold up. Someone has to be stalking me, because there is no way the character of Blaze has, like, the stuff that she says, I have said myself, out loud. And, yeah, and the things she says, like, there is so much where I just, like, hold up. Avina, what are you doing in my house? Because there is no other explanation. On why, personality-wise, I relate to Blaze. Like, first of all, I'd rather deal with the human... Actually, I have not said the quote's just perfect. I figured I'd rather deal with the human embodiment of a cold sore than endure 10 more minutes of this freezing weather. I'm not missing out on anything if I die. I'm pretty sure I actually have said something very similar to this. I'm never drinking again. Yeah, explains itself. Okay, this is like two things. She tried gouging his eye out when he cheated on her in her own bed. Her reaction was justified, if you ask me, and I second that full on. He's not attractive enough to be treating me like this. I think I've said something very similar, or at least the phrase act your looks or act your height. Both of these things I'm pretty sure I have actually said. I've definitely said the height one. I say as a 5'2" person. Not the actual looks. Oh, I said it, that's so down, Kyle. This is wrong. Fucked up on every level. But I've always been a sinner getting turned on by this. Things that are bad for me. A trip to the shrink isn't enough. I need to be put down. I need that tattooed. The sentence, a trip to the shrink is enough. I need to be put down. I have said this. That exact sentence. And that's why I'm like, this woman is living in my walls. Which, fun fact, she's living in my floorboards. Which makes so much sense because last time we changed the floor in my bedroom, there were massive gaps. For my favorite female main character of all time, and I can't wait for a duet. She is everything. She is everything. I love her. Miss Sybil. Sibby for friends. Her friends call her Sibby. She's so cute. She is so adorable. I love her. Everything, the way I imagine her, the way people imagine her, is like this innocent person that's absolutely psychotic, and I love that. I just love that character. I forgot to mention one thing about... Okay, going back real quick to her Soul for Revenge. I literally, like, I'm trying to make one of my characters in a fanfic, and then in a book. Like, I'm trying to, like, I'm using Juniper as, like, kind of like a baseline for them. But, like, the actual, like, book itself, the one that's kind of more of a fiction than a fan fiction. Because there is no characters that, like, actually exist. Yeah, I'm kind of, like, basing her off of Zaid Meadows and Miss Girl herself. So, yeah, Sibby, I love her. I love her. As you can see, there's a paperback. This used to be a hardcover. If you remember one of my earlier TikToks, it was actually a hardcover. It's a paperback because I sold the hardcover to get a paperback. Okay, good. Now, yeah, she is the moment. Again, I love her. I love her. She is so traumatized, but the way she manifests everything into violence, I find iconic. And so, I adore her. She's my favorite character because she is tiny, okay? She is like my height. The way she's envisioned, she's like my height. And she is like seen as this very like innocent looking girl. But in reality, she could absolutely destroy you. And I love that. And I love that so much. Literally a case of don't judge a book by its cover. It's perfect. That is all for today's video. We went through 12 books. Yeah, you will count 11 here. Okay, imagine this is the book, okay? Imagine this is the book. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it will go up next week. As I'm recording this next week, on Wednesday. No, it will not, because I'm not going to be here Wednesday. I'll upload it probably like Tuesday or Monday. Maybe Saturday. Maybe I'll switch to Saturday videos. Who knows? I don't know. I gave myself a roundabout schedule without actually even consulting with myself. I was like, you know what, let's upload this Wednesday. Let's stick to Wednesdays now. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here for the vibes, honestly. In fact, I'm gonna edit this and upload it immediately. So probably next month. Next month I'm going to Yellowstone. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to reading this book. As you can see, I am very close to being done with it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And hopefully I'll see you next time. And next time will be a CD tour. So yeah, keep your eye out for that. That'll be long because I actually, the file itself on my Google Drive is called If Autism Was a Video. That's not going to be the actual title of the video because I don't think that's allowed. But yeah, that's literally what the file is called because of how, like, yeah, I was getting excited about every CD. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you later. Bye!